Hello, hello. Hey, Prince Priestess, Texas Jess, Southpaw, how are you doing? Good morning, Financial Free. I like the username. How's everyone doing? Little neck crunch? Yeah, gotta get ready. Gotta get ready. Good morning, Shane. How's it going? Ooh. Oh, good morning, Southpaw. How's everyone doing this morning? Good morning from Orlando, Florida. How is it in Florida? Sleepy and stiff, but shaking it off. Yeah, that I hear that. Excuse me. Whew. I think I'm still waking up too. Starlight Worker asks, will I age gracefully? Again, for the most part, I would be setting those intentions and even like working with just like, it's going to sound kind of lame, but set those intentions and do what you can to like work with that, whatever products help to age gracefully, and try to de-stress as well if you can. But setting that intention can yield those results is what I'd say, but don't be afraid to take action on top of that is what I get for you. The beard is gone. Yeah, I considered shaving it all the way, but they said not to, so I just trimmed it. It was getting out of hand. Texas Josh asks, should I take the new job? Would it be good for Texas Josh to take the new job? Here's what I get. It would be okay if you did. I don't get it's necessarily the best option. If you're desperate, I would take it. I don't get it's going to be the ideal solution for a long term, weirdly enough. But, I mean, my body pendulum's swinging to no, honestly. I'm going to pull a card on it, too. Which card deck? Going to pull another card. Okay. Honestly, the cards I'm getting are like the Fool and Ace of Pentacles, which makes sense, which is like new beginning, taking a leap of faith. That's Ace of Pentacles is an offer, so the Sun is behind that. What would be the best choice? Would it be the best choice to take it? Would it be the best choice to do the other thing? Here's what I get. It's not going to be a bad thing if you take it, but it might not be everything you want it to be, is what I get. So, yeah, pros and cons to both. I mean, the other thing to think about, and it's not to like limit you or hinder you, it is Mercury in retrograde. So definitely not the end of the world if you make a change during Mercury in retrograde. And sometimes like I've found like if I've had to like buy something big or make a change, it's always worked out. And you'll be okay if you do it. I don't think it's everything you want. It is pretty much what I'm getting. So that's, I don't know if that really answers it, but my body pendulum was first and foremost swinging to no. So I'll leave you with that. I just don't feel like it's totally bad. Good morning, Bone Skeletto. Good morning, AJ. Oh, the username's AgeWells00. Third Ice, good to see you. Good evening in Australia. Good morning from the US. Aw. Feel better, Lay-bee baby. You're welcome, Texas Jess. Knowles Flowers. Hey, how's it going? May I have a card, please? Yes. Okay, so taking a second here. Am I doing a paid reading? Not for the live. The lives are pretty much free. I do offer one-on-one readings, and those are paid, but who asked for a card? I'm trying to find your comment again. Snazzy Jazzy. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Need to do neck rolls and stuff and wake up. Okay, card 4, Snazzy Jazzy. They want you to do a tarot card. Okay. One thing I'm getting is you have clarity coming, snazzy jazzy, with the Ace of Swords. They're also talking about Archangel Michael with this card. And he's with you, he's watching over you, is what they're saying. I kind of get this message that you're going to be changing things out of nowhere, interestingly enough. It's going to be good things, and it might even be minor, but I see you kind of like... I just see like at the last second you changing things around, interestingly enough, with just some of your decisions, and just it could even just be like your room, like cleaning your room or something like that. I want to pull more cards. Okay. So two things. One, they said you need balance because the Six of Pentacles kind of popped out of nowhere. It wasn't the original card I pulled, but it like slipped in front of the card that I was going for. So that's one of the things they wanted to say is you need balance. So I would any type of like setting intention for balance, also doing any type of guided meditation geared towards balance, even if it's chakra balancing, can help to balance things out. I also get this message of make sure you're going within and like kind of releasing and purging beliefs that aren't yours. I feel like that will serve you for the future as well. And they're also saying like give and receive, which common meaning with the Six of Pentacles here. So what's that about? I honestly, the message they're saying is make sure you're giving as well as receiving, and do it in a way that feels balanced to you. Try not to overspend is something they're saying as well. We also had the Nine of Cups popping out, and they said this is where you're going. So this is, thanks for the finger hearts, by the way. This is like wish fulfillment. I'm also hearing the words everything you want. So I do get you're headed in that direction. Just be patient while you're getting there. And make sure you're filling your cup in the now as well. Don't wait for the future for you to fill your cup is something they're showing and telling me as well. Because that'll help you be more fulfilled while you're getting there to wish fulfillment and stuff is what I'm getting. So they want me to pull an angel card for you as well. Honestly, I get enjoy life. That's not what this card means, but it's the words they're giving me when I pull it. Seraphim, Seraphisa, relax and open up to source. Keep your heart open. So any other additional messages? I'm getting this message as well of like stepping away from the old. This card could mean a number of different things. But like it's almost like she's kind of stepping out into the light. It's because you have this light kind of cascading down on her. And the message I get for you is like stepping out from the old. I do get you have new beginnings coming. I do get that new. It's just on the rise for a lot of people, just collectively. Kind of like even this month with October, when I was sitting with October's energies, I wouldn't be surprised if you're stepping out into new ideas, and also transforming into a new you. So I hope that helps and gives you some just a little bit of a reading for you, Snazzy Jazzy. Thank you. I've been really confused lately. Oh, you're welcome. I hope that helps. And that makes sense. That was that Ace of Swords that came through for you with clarity coming. Yeah. Okay. Bree, so I'm actually, this is the Q and channel day, so this is actually just like individual questions and stuff today. Financial free, SLP. Can I have a card for career? Thank you. Yeah. Which card? Okay. I got the Six of Cups popping out here, and they said you have more coming than you realize, is the first thing they said. So, like, more opportunity. Also more, I mean, I know financial free is in your name, but, oh, thanks, Free. So, like, more freedom is coming as well. I also get in career, you might have opportunities from the past coming back around, which makes sense because Mercury in retrograde is going on right now. Maybe old bosses hitting you up is something. I'm not saying that's literally what's going to happen, but like a chance to go back is something I'm hearing, interestingly enough. So Eight of Cups is popping out here. So what's this about? I get this message like they're saying you need to move on. That might be a current situation you're in, not necessarily right away, but I do get you're going to have to move on from some of the old ways of doing things, and even some old ways of being, potentially. Not trying to call you out, it's just something they're saying. So what other messages are for you regarding this? I would also like, because I know I said that old opportunities might be coming around. I would hesitate to go back to old jobs, is something they're saying, unless it really resonates and feels right to you and like there's a spark to it. You know, like a spark of passion, or it feels right to you, obviously. I would start, and this might sound a little obvious, but bear with me. I would start looking at how can I move towards where I want to go from where I'm at, like what opportunities would get me there, and start like calling those things towards you and manifesting them. Because you're headed in the right direction, honestly. Except we have the star card popping out here as well, with it, which is more like hope, and the chariot, which is actually victory, is something that means, but it's also, that can also mean moving on from the old to something new. I get you're on the right track, honestly. So anything else for career with these cards? Here's what I would say. Keep moving in the direction you're moving, but look for new opportunities, and obviously things that will make you more income. You do have more opportunities coming in the future, but stay away from things that would drag you down financially and even energetically as well, is something I'm hearing as well. I hope that makes any sense. I'm going to pull, let's see, any other messages for you on career? Like, honestly, if you have a job or a career right now, I'd stay where you're at. I wouldn't leave yet. Thanks for the butterfly. But any other messages? It's going to be time for something new next year, potentially, is what I'm hearing as well. So I hope that helps financial free. It makes sense and resonates. Okay. Relentless spirit, ease in clearing up tax debt. Maybe not right away. I do get it will get easier over time. Excuse me. You definitely won't be stuck with it forever. But one thing I did that might be helpful as just a way of manifesting is, and I feel called, they're saying to say it, so I'll say it. But I remember at one point, every time I'd look at my bank accounts, like I'd pull it up on my phone, and I'd look at my credit card debt, and I'd look at my checking and my savings. I'd be like, I'd look at it, I'd be like, this is not where I want it to be. This was years ago. And I'd be like, okay, these numbers are going to be reversed. I'm going to have all this like debt is going to be in savings and checking. This low savings is going to be a high savings, and my checking is going to be at this amount. And I'd just, every time I'd open it, I'd visualize like, okay, that number is going to be up here. Like these are going to reverse. I'm going to have this amount of money, and the checking, and my credit card's going to be zero. My checking was going to be full. And so lo and behold, a few years later, that actually happened and that manifested. That's something that I, for some reason, want to recommend to you for manifesting the debt. Like maybe you're looking at the numbers, you're like, okay, that number is going to be zero, and it's actually, my savings is actually going to increase. I'm going to have more savings like this. And you'll be surprised at how things will manifest for you to make that happen. And it might not be how you expect, but it can happen, is pretty much what I'm getting. So that's one thing they want to say about that, and one thing I felt called to say about that as well. So ease in the future regarding it, I get yes, but keep fighting through it for now. I don't think it'll be life-breaking or anything while you're like getting there. But like it might be a stress now, but it won't be in the future, is what I'm getting. So I hope that helps. It makes sense. Let's see here. Back to the Q&A. Trish Moore, 22S. I've had a challenging week. Any guidance? So let's see. Here's what I get for you, honestly. I get things are clearing and things are rearranging so you have a better future, is what I heard first and foremost. And they're giving the message tough weeks won't last. And that is they'll bring that through in a myriad of different ways for different people. Like usually tough phases don't last forever. So let's see what else they want to bring through for you. I'm going to pull an angel card here. Archangel Raziel coming out here, seeking you will find, be a wise one. So what's the message for you regarding your challenging week and anything coming in? This is going to be, so honestly, they're pointing my eyes to the book and they're saying, study, what will it take to change this? And honestly, that's just a message or a tool I'd recommend for anyone going through a challenging week is like, just like, okay, universe, what will it take to change that? Or I believe I made a post as well where it's like, how does it get any better than this? And then you're manifesting things getting better, or show me how it gets better than this. And you'd be surprised as you start putting these intentions out there, how it starts to shift and get better. That's one thing they want to say. Will next week be better for you? I feel like it's going to be starting to get better next week, honestly. The challenges will resolve is something they're saying as well. If that's something that seems to be ongoing, I do get that they will resolve. Like they won't plague you forever or anything, or much longer is what I'm getting. So any other messages for you? They did keep giving this message of go within, not forever. I don't think you need to spend like a week as a recluse, but even if it's just 5 minutes, just be like, okay, like recenter, recalibrate, like you're in it, what can you do? Is kind of the question I'm getting. And by that, I mean like you're in, I don't know if you want to call it a storm, but you're in it, here I am, what can I do? It's kind of accepting and embracing it. And I think like it will just shift, weirdly enough, is what I'm getting. If you feel like those challenges are still ongoing. But honestly, the message I also get is just keep showing up and it shifts. So I hope that helps. Trish Moore 22, hope that resonates. Makes any sense. Kathleen F711S, good morning. Anything good coming in? Yeah. They kind of sing the song like Take Me Higher. I don't know if that's a song. I think it's a song. Air and Water Dragon helps you connect to higher frequencies, trust your intuition, develop your psychic abilities, be open to enlightenment, express your inner song. I actually get like going higher, and they're actually giving the message hitting a higher plane of reality, interestingly enough. Excuse me. So I actually get you're going to be finding a bit more ease in your life, and don't ever be afraid to ask for that and manifest that, by the way. But that's something that's coming in as a bit more ease, and just a bit of a break is something they're showing me as well. They're showing me a break. So anything else coming in for you that's good? I also get a blessing on your abundance is coming in. I also get more creative energy as well with the Omega Dragon popping out here. Harnesses the divine feminine power of creation, intention, hold your vision, birth the higher consciousness. I also get coming into your power is something they're saying. That's something that's coming in. That might be a slow process, and also like a slow birthing process of, this is happening for a lot of people, but you're becoming someone new is something they're saying. So, but it's slower. Like I don't think it'll happen overnight. It's more like excavating an archaeological dig and excavating a dinosaur, where you kind of slowly, you brush off the dirt and you dig around it gently and you're excavating this thing. It's more of that as opposed to getting struck by a lightning bolt, I guess you could say. So I hope that makes sense for you. Anything else that's good that's coming through? Yeah, and just like an upshift, like again, upshift in your trajectory is something that's coming in for you, is something I'm seeing, which is good. I would also pay attention to music with Dunsky Pink, Dragon from Andromeda popping in. There's there's a cricket with these musical signs here. I get like life is going to get more musical, but I'd also be paying attention to music and like signs from the universe through music is something that I would say. So that's some of the good things coming in for you. Anything explicitly coming in for you that they want to talk about? I also get you're going to be less lonely. I don't know if you're lonely right now, Kathleen, but you're going to be less lonely is something they're saying. So I hope that helps and makes sense for you. But those are some of the good things coming in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Wholeness Overflow. Okay, back to the Q&A, and then I'll come back to chat. Probably going to be bouncing back and forth between Q&A for older questions and chat for newer questions. Karma Queen RB, is Matt going to reach out to us after his meeting? I mean, Body Pendulum's swinging to yes, so I'd get yes. I also get don't rush that situation. And I mean, your gut will lead you through it. They're saying follow your gut because your gut will lead you through it. So, I mean, yes, is what I'm getting. Next question. Christy Sai, anything for Dave and I? Has he moved on? I'm getting no for has he moved on, but I get you should move on if you can, if you guys aren't together. I do get there's better for you is what I'd say. So I hope that helps. Next question. JFXY222 asks, will rearranging help us? I get yes overall. So Body Pendulum went yes, no, yes. So overall it's a yes, especially with my Body Pendulum, how it works is the answer I finish on is like the overall answer. So it will, in some ways it might not do exactly what you want it to do, but it will help is what I'm hearing. So I hope that helps. It's worth doing though, is what I get. Is Roy the one? I get no. I do get Roy as a good option for Christine. Good option. Channeling source sent me likes. Did I just send myself likes? Can I do that? That's weird. How did that happen? Okay, anyways. Oh gosh, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll back to this. Okay. Bella Godinez, the universe won't stop giving me signs about him. We ended things in June. Why? One thing they're saying is he's still thinking about you. I get it's not worth going back to that, by the way. Was it Bella? Was that your name? Yeah, Bella Godinez. I get it's not worth going back to him. And sometimes there's still lessons we're learning, and sometimes there's still energies we're getting rid of. And sometimes the signs are like, hey, this person's thinking of you. Sometimes it's just part of the process. To give you context as well, in my experience, there are still people or exes or past flings that I'll see signs about that I'm just not, it's just not going to happen in the future, honestly. And why does that happen? Sometimes there's still stuff for you to clear. Sometimes it's still just reminding you of it, so you don't have that energy stuck and you kind of purge or release it. And sometimes it's just they're thinking about you, or there's still some energetic connection that might be good for you to let go of. Sometimes that's not meant to freak you out, but that's just to give you a heads up. There's still people I get signs about that it's just well, that's just not gonna happen. And sometimes, I don't think this is the case for you, but for some people who might be listening who have this happen, sometimes you do have a soul connection, or they are a soulmate, but it's not meant to be the person you're with your whole life. And sometimes you'll still see signs because of that. Something I'm getting as well. So anything else for you about the signs with that guy you ended things in June with? I kind of get it's not meant to last, that relationship. So I would pay attention to them, and I'd be okay, what still needs shifting in me for either that to resolve, and if it just doesn't resolve, I would just kind of start to move on anyways, because they'll start to rescind in the future is what I get as well, especially as you move on more and I actually get start working on you as well and kind of shifting away from that relationship more. Not that you haven't already, because it ended in June, but that's some of what I'm getting for you. I hope that helps. Brandy, she's a fine girl, asks, I start a new job tomorrow. Any messages for me? Yeah. So it's going to start out as kind of it might sound like boring advice, but bear with me here. Honestly, I would do your best. I would not get caught up in the drama there, is one thing they're saying. And some of it's general advice, speak positively about others. I do get you're going to do great, honestly. I don't get you're going to have too much to worry about. As long as you're showing up and doing your best, you're going to be fine, honestly. I'm going to pull 2 cards here. Okay, beautiful. So we have 2 cards that they wanted me to pull from the Dragon Oracle card deck. Emerald Dragon brings in healing and cosmic abundance. Good fortune is coming. Let your thoughts support your divine perfection, align with your 5th dimensional blueprint. And Golden Orange Dragon expands your light for ascension. Be a peaceful warrior, help those in need. Remember your magnificence. So honestly, this is a card of abundance. I also get getting what you deserve, interestingly enough. One thing they're saying is like, you deserve better. So give me 1 second. I think the job will actually treat you pretty well for the most part. In some way, like not in all ways maybe, but it's going to be worth your while to stay, honestly, at least for a while. But this is a card of abundance, which doesn't surprise me for getting a new job. And then we have Golden Orange Dragon, expand your light for ascension. And I'm getting write things down. So let me clarify that for a second. I would actually like set your intentions for the job before you go in. Like, okay, I'd like this to go smoothly. I'd like to do well here. Kind of like write those things down. Like, what are some of the energies you're looking for? And see what manifests for you regarding the job in that way. But sometimes even just setting those intentions and writing those things down helps them to show up, excuse me. But I do get you're going to do great. So anything else? Don't be afraid to shine. I don't feel like you'll be showing people up if you do that. I think you'll just be doing well, and that will be well received. So that's what I get. I hope that helps. It makes sense. Next question. Sunshine and Moon 56 asks, should I release my own poetry book one day? I mean, yeah, there's no reason not to. I would build up to it. I wouldn't rush that process. And the one thing they're saying is enjoy and savor that journey. Because it can be fun to put those things together. Don't rush just to have a poetry book and then just be like, oh, it's over. I really feel like for some reason savoring that journey and like making the process enjoyable will just, you'll take your time with it and you'll do better that way. Not saying that's your end goal, but maybe it is your end goal. But I would do it, honestly, is what I get. Sassy Cassie, am I afraid to date just because I'm single, or am I just afraid? It's a bit of, okay, am I afraid to date just because I need to be single, or am I just afraid? I get a bit of both, honestly. There's definitely some patterns to unravel, especially like potentially regarding past relationships. So let me see what they say about it. You need to be single for a time, but not forever. Maybe give yourself a couple more months just to kind of unravel things and sit with yourself. But I would put yourself out there soon. Maybe after those next couple months, like when you feel ready. Because you are afraid to get hurt, and a lot of people are, but it doesn't mean you won't find someone who won't hurt you, is something they're saying. So let's see if they go a little bit deeper into that. I do also get like past trauma, and it's something you're unraveling while you're single. So again, the answer is a bit of both. Anything else as far as why you're afraid to date? The other thing they're saying is you haven't met the right person. I do get that the right person you won't be so afraid of is something they're saying. That doesn't mean don't work through your patterns because you just have to find the right person. I would do a bit of both and be like, okay, how do I feel? Do I feel safe with this person? And like, have I worked through my stuff enough that I have the possibility to feel safe with this new person is something they're saying. So anything that would help you overcome that fear. And honestly, what I get is it's something you're going to have to walk yourself out of a little bit. So once you feel ready, like start putting yourself out there, go on a date, start receiving some of the offers you're getting to go on dates. And it's something, one quote that comes to mind as well is, I believe it was Lee Harris I was listening to, but I think I've heard this from multiple people as well, where it's like, sometimes when you get hurt or have a heartbreak, it sucks and it's really painful, and you're like, I don't think I can ever do that again. But in truth, like, after you go through it the first time, the next one probably won't be as painful or as bad to heal from. And I hear that from multiple people about just life in general and healing, where it's like, sure, the recovery and the healing, like, it sucks, and the first time it's brutal, and maybe the second time it's not so fun, but it gets faster each time, and you know how to sit with yourself, and you know your process to heal, and it gets easier to work through those things and get back to a better place and come back stronger than ever before each time. Not saying it's always going to happen where it sucks, but that's something they want to say as well, something I'm getting as well, to kind of relate to you about the situation. Like, it won't hurt as bad the next time. Thanks, Sam I Am, for the gold mine. Excuse me. Next question. Read my... Ask, can I find my tribe and better self soon? Yeah, 100%. The better self is coming, like, intrinsically. I think, like, even you just asking the question and putting it out there starts to move the energies in that direction. Because you're starting to expand is something they're showing me. I also get becoming magnetic, where you're becoming a bit more magnetic, and that pertains to manifestation and, like, attracting more of what's for you to you. And, like, I also get becoming gold. So what's the point here? If you haven't, honestly, I would learn, like, energy healing and things that call to you. And don't be afraid to be, like, full bore on you. Like, I wouldn't hesitate to be, like, to have all your interests and all your colors and all that's you involved with you. Like, try not to hide those things, because there's people who will appreciate you for you out there, and who will accept you as something they're saying. As far as finding your tribe, I do get that's going to be a mixture of online and in person. Like I would look at groups, particularly if there are, like, potentially any online courses that call to you that have, a type of group or, like, a forum involved with it. That might be one way you start to find some of your people. And of course, like, the what they're showing me, and it might be common advice, but it can work, is, like, I would get out there and find things that you're interested in and find groups that do those things, like classes or meetups or events. And even if you're going with the intention to meet people that are your tribe, even if you don't feel like you do necessarily, it's one of those things that I'll talk about, and I've seen other people talk about, where it's kind of like dating. Once you put yourself out there on those apps like Tinder or Bumble or whatever, and it might not be your jam, but just taking the action and doing it anyways, just with the intention to bring love your way. It's like, maybe that's not how you find it, but you're showing the universe you're serious, you're moving the energy that direction, and the universe will either redirect you to what will work, or will just bring you it in a different avenue. If it doesn't bring it on that avenue, because it can just bring it on that avenue, you might be surprised. So that's one thing that I want to say for you as well, as far as finding your tribe. And then, just because if you feel like you're alone now or more alone now, it doesn't mean you will be forever. You will find people, is what I'm getting, honestly. I would be patient and be unafraid to join groups and try new things, is what I'm getting as well. I hope that helps. Stephanie, hey, good to see you. I've only met psychos on dating apps. Yeah, so it's more about getting the energy to move in that direction. Not the direction to psychos, because we don't want that, but in the direction of love coming in. Okay. Next question. Back to the Q&A. Date Jared after everything, or go for Reese? I get Reese. They just spelled out REECE. So I get it will just be better, is what I'm getting. Not that there's anything wrong with Jared. I get Jared's okay, but Reese is more of what you're looking for. That's what I get. I hope that helps. The dating struggle is real. Yeah. Yeah. One summer girl. Yeah, love will fit in your life. Oh, when will love fit in your life? I was getting yes, but when will love fit in your life again? I get soon, like the next year or two, honestly, one summer girl, as far as when will love fit in your life again. Any messages from Bill? One thing I'm hearing is like, don't hold back from what brings you joy. Is one thing I'm hearing when checking with, does Bill have any messages for you? And you're meant for good things, is what they want to say. And just because life isn't where you want it to be doesn't mean it won't be. Honestly, like they're giving this message, like take heart and like chin up. Love isn't here yet, but it will be. And you're meant to have that love, is one thing they're saying as well. One thing I'm getting for you as well. One summer girl. Any other messages for you regarding Bill? I get like a stay bright is kind of a message. They're also showing getting out in nature, so maybe you'll want to get out in nature and kind of enjoy that. They're like, it's peaceful out there. So that's another thing I'm hearing for you. So I hope that helps, Summer One Girl, regarding those messages. Excuse me, I'm gonna take some water. Claudia, will me and G last long term? My body pendulum's going to yes, at least long-ish. I get this message like it's worth exploring for as long as you can. I get you both get a lot out of that connection. I don't know if it'll be your forever. I don't get necessarily like it. Here's what I heard. It might not be your forever person, but it's gonna be like a great long-term option. I get it. It's gonna last, so I would let that play out. Next question. Interesting question. What does Archangel Michael look like? Here's the thing. I get it varies person to person. Like, do I get specific visuals when I work with Archangel Michael? Yes. Are they the same visuals that everyone gets? No. It's more like I get a visual that represents Archangel Michael. I'd say I'm more familiar with the energy. So Archangel Michael, what would you like to say about that? Here's what I'm getting. Archangel Michael looks different to each person because he kind of shows up in a way that will best represent him to each person and best resonate for each person, if that makes sense. There's no one image that depicts him because it's more like it's more like, because they're not like a physical being, right? It's like they're more of like an energy. They're a being, they're an energy, it's higher dimensional, it's higher vibrational. So it's a bit different than a human term or perspective on like look, is what I'd say. They're almost giving this message of like, think geometric is something they're saying as well, which is interesting. And that doesn't encapsulate the whole, it's a hint they wanted to drop. So anything else? And what they're also saying is like, we are what we are, but we're not like a physical appearance. So I don't know if that helps at all, but that's what I'm getting to describe that. User Adele 3, am I on the right path? Yes, totally actually. You might be shaking some things off, but it doesn't mean you aren't on the right path. Okay, next question. Diamond, what's to come for Julian and I? They're giving me the song like, what's that song? We belong together. I don't want to sing it right now. It's like, we belong together. I think that's the song. That's what I'm hearing first and foremost for you, Diamond, about what's to come for Julie and I. I do get the word together. I don't know if you guys are already together. But I do get like a coming together. I get going deep as well. Like you guys go deep with each other or will in more ways than one. Take that as it resonates. What else is coming for them? I do also get you guys are going to help each other grow a lot. Is something. Hopefully this is I'm guessing this is a love thing, but I do get like growing together a lot. And also like helping each other unpack things a bit is something I'm seeing as well. I do get you're going to go deep in a lot of ways, but also deep into like unpacking each other's stuff, and not in a bad way. And it might be more, and it's not unhealthy, but more therapeutic is what I'm getting, like one of those relationships. Good person though. I get they're a good person. So anything else? I'm going to pull a card. Let's see here. I honestly get it's headed in the right direction. What else? The other messages. They're also giving this message of like be fair to them is something they're saying. Not that you're not like that, but and they're also giving this message like treat yourself like the queen that you are. So I would make sure like in that relationship you're just owning your worth and making sure you're getting what you're worthy of is what I'd say. I don't get it's gonna be bad though. So I hope that helps and gives clarification on that at all. Okay, back to Q&A. Sorry, chat's moving pretty quickly, so sometimes I see a question and then it like disappears. I'm like, and it's hard to find it again. Southpaw 1005 asks, any messages from source? I need some guidance. Okay, I'm gonna do angel cards. Give me 1 second here to tune in. One thing they want to say is make sure you're following your passions and going your own way. I get the words, this comes through for people, but bear with me because it's a little bit different for each person, but meant for more. And they like to use the phrase meant for more than you've been through is pretty much it. I do get you have better coming in than ever before, Southpaw, and it might surprise you or take you aback because I think you might not be used to it, honestly. But I also like get this message like hold faith, things can get better. Even if things are like okay right now, like hold faith, they can get even better. I do get like you're shielded from the worst. So what's that mean? Like things going on around you or like in other people's lives, I feel like you're shielded from the worst of it. I do feel like you have divine protection. I get that your divine protection is something they're saying as well regarding that's any other messages for you? One thing they're talking about is fanning your flames and trying not to get down on yourself. So what does that mean? Like anything you can do that you enjoy even, like I would try to incorporate that in your life, even if it's little, even if it's 5 minutes and you're watching a cat video, like I would just enjoy, I would get the most out of that. And like the things you enjoy right now is something they're saying. I do feel like you have something coming in that's going to shift your reality a little bit is something they're saying. So what's that about? Like it's like an event or something that knocks your old beliefs loose is what they're showing me. And so what's that about? But it's a good thing. So I think some of these are like, some of the beliefs that are going to be knocked loose are like self-doubt or like self-sabotage type things. If you feel like you have any of that going on, or like just things that like hinder you or hold you back or keep you down. Like I get that things are gonna get good and knock those things loose is something I'm getting as well. And again, like they want to say you're protected from the worst of it with this guardian angel card coming out here. So any other messages? They're also giving this message of your wishes are gonna come true with the Archangel Haniel. Like they have the dandelion and like she's blowing on it to like put her wishes out in the universe essentially, and they gave me the message your wishes are going to come true, and maybe not all of them right away, but I think you're going to start seeing them percolate and sprout and take form like never before is what they're saying. So be patient with yourself while that happens is something I'm getting. So I hope that helps, Southpaw. Hope that resonates and makes sense for you. And drink some water. Okay. Read a vibe. Should I move away from Florida to Seattle? Um, Overall, yes, is what I'm getting. It's worth the move. They're also giving this message of like play long ball with it. Like think long term with that move, which you probably are, honestly, but that's something they're saying is like don't think like a month ahead, think like years into the future ahead regarding that move. Does it feel light for you to move from Florida to Seattle? Yes. Does it feel light for you to stay in Florida? No. I would keep your eye on that and potentially move. I'm not sure when you're planning on moving, but after Mercury in retrograde is what I'm getting. So I hope that helps read vibes higher. Okay. Stephanie K, any guidance in love that I need to hear? You're gonna laugh. The first thing the first thing I'm hearing that they're saying is be patient. I also get like, again, for you, like the term meant for more and love. They're also saying like it can't be just anyone, and that might be part of the frustration is sometimes you see someone and you're interested and then they say something and you're like, nope. So like one thing they're saying, you might have already done this and you might have heard it all before, but they're saying like it'd be good to be detailed in what you're looking for in a lover, and like shoot those, essentially like send those intentions out to the universe if you haven't already. Love is coming. You're not going to be single forever. And I do get like if you're interested in having kids, like you will have the chance to have like babies if that's something you're looking to do, like as far as like the age range of when you find love. I kind of get if it's not this year, it's next year, honestly, is something they're throwing at me. So I would take, hopefully, I do get you also have options, but they're not like forthright. They don't always like put themselves out there. And I know also with like COVID, it makes things interesting and a bit more difficult as well. But I also get like, especially as you get further along in your career, you're gonna have love is something they're saying. Because you'll feel more settled. And I just get love will just kind of come at the right time is what they're saying. And it might be out of nowhere and like out of the blue as well. The way it shows up for you is something they're saying. So any other, what card deck? Let's see here. Okay, Three of Cups, Celebration is a card that's coming out regarding that. Page of Wands. So I'm getting this message of make sure they're on your level, because sometimes pages can represent immaturity. And the message they gave was make sure they're on your level. Anything else? You're kind of protected from the wrong options as well, Stephanie, is something they're saying. So that might be part of the frustration is like, it seems promising and then it tanks. But I like Justice, what they're saying with the Justice card is like someone's coming in who like treats you right, where you're both worthy of each other is something they're saying. And someone who won't drop the ball is something they're saying as well. The weird message, so the Lover's popping out here, but Four of Pentacles popping out here, and they're saying try not to cling to anyone that you think is the one that's not. This might be more like a past, I don't know if you're clinging from anyone from the past, I don't necessarily get that vibe from you, but maybe you are. It's pretty much like don't cling too much when love comes. And I'm getting you won't, honestly, so that's good. But Eight of Wands means communication is coming, so someone will come soon. Okay, what's this message? Like, I do get, like, someone will come soon, but make sure it's a good fit, honestly, is what I'm getting. I would also, like, if you haven't been, I would, like, literally manifest, like, soulmate connections is something they're saying. Like, twin flame is okay, but manifest soulmates, for some reason, I feel like is the way to go. So I hope that helps, Stephanie K, and brings any clarity at all. Like, you're doing everything right, but it's not the right time is something I'm hearing. So I know that's frustrating. So I hope that helps. Right. TikTok, so it might be unstable there for a second. Okay, Q&A. T-Dubs, the OG, asked, I like the username. Should I get back with my husband? I get no. It won't be what you want. Like, it'll be great for a time, but you'll have the same issues is what I'm getting. I don't get they'll really work on the issues you need them to work on. And I kind of get it would be best for everyone if you let it rest. That's what I get on the situation. I hope that helps. There's better for you is what I'm getting. Bella, am I going to get through the next 2 weeks okay? Yeah, I get yes. I would also ask for like angelic assistance and help. Ooh, 111 people here. Make a wish, everybody. But I do get yes, Bella. You'll get through the next 2 weeks okay. I also get it won't be the end of the world. You're also like anything you need to heal from regarding that or in general, like you're gonna heal from, and you're gonna be stronger than ever before soon as well. Is what I'm hearing, Bella. Hope that helps. The Montana 333. Should I move? I get not yet. For some reason, I'm hearing like give it like a year. Excuse me. Who was I answering? Sorry, chat keeps moving every time I answer a question, and then I want to say someone's username. T-Dub is the OG. Thanks, that's what I thought. Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely. Oh, thanks, Alana Official. Yeah, if you want to book a reading with me through the link in my TikTok bio, the link tree, the first link is my website, and then there's a scheduler, and you can book it there. Sure. Crystal 1294. I need advice for my current relationship. The first thing they're saying is take a step back. So let's see here. I get for the most part it's actually like, I don't know if you'll think it's actually good, but I'm hearing something like it's actually good, or it's like it's not bad at least. I would take a step back and really observe your partner's patterns. And look at like, okay, the way they're treating me, the way they're treating other people, is this really someone I want to be with long term or for the rest of my life? Is something to keep in mind. Because like right now I'm getting this thing like it's teaching you both patience and fortitude, interestingly enough. And also like learning not to bonk each other over the head is something I'm hearing as well. Are there any other messages for you guys, for you in that relationship? Like I would stay with that relationship, at least for now. Like when I say stay in this relationship, it doesn't mean like 5 years from now they're cheating on you and be like, oh, that guy told me to stay in my relationship. It's like for now, I would stay in your relationship. I would keep learning and growing with it. But I kind of get it's actually good. Or at least it potentially like better than like you think. I don't know if that's true. Hopefully you think it's good too. But they're a great person to keep around is what I'm getting. So, I mean, unless you find something that's a deal breaker, like they're cheating on you, I don't get that they are, honestly. Then I would. That's kind of what I'm getting for that relationship. So I hope that helps. Brenda, are they going to fire me? No, but you might want to start looking. Because I do get the ISIS thin. And if you do get fired, it's not the end of the world. Okay, next question. Okay, I'm gonna go to the Q&A because chat's moving really quickly, and I love you guys, and I love that chat's moving quickly, and I'm grateful, but I'm overwhelmed, so I'm going to the Q&A. The best way to put in a question, by the way, is in the Q&A. It does get kind of saved, so it doesn't just kind of scroll by in chat and disappear while I'm looking at the other questions. So, Erica Blake, I don't think I answered you. I need guidance. I need messages. Let's see what they want to say. With the Sheer Wisdom cards coming out here from the Threads of Fate Oracle, I get the message. Make sure you're putting yourself out there. I I do get you're someone who's meant to be a change maker for others, and that doesn't mean you have to join every riot and every rally and every, social movement, but you are meant to kind of share your lessons and like your words of wisdom in a way that helps people shift. Any other guidance for you? We have the revolutionary popping out as well, and it's funny because we were just talking about rallies and stuff. So what does this mean for you? Here's something I'm getting for you as well. You're gonna be, and we'll get back to like particular guidance for you right now as well. But one thing they're talking about is you're gonna be lighting other people's fires. And the visual they're showing me is like they have this torch, and you have this torch, and like you light your fire, and then you're lighting other people's fires. And it's almost like the fire within them, because you take this torch and you like put it to their chest, and the fire within them lights, and you go over here and you light this person's fire as well. Like you're someone who can spark passion and joy in others. I do get you're learning to uncover that more, which is good. Another card, two more cards that were popping out here are Connect to Heart and Manifest. So what's that about? I get make sure you're trying to live your life heart-centered. And even if like you're doing an exercise each morning where you connect to your heart, or just even you're setting the intention to live from a heart-centered place, you can start to just manifest that, and life will walk you into the experiences and things you need to start doing that. And also even just like setting that intention. I asked to come from a heart-centered place. It can just step you into that energy and shift things and get you there. So that's something they're recommending as well. They actually want you to manifest more. Erica Blake is something they're saying as well. If you don't already, like, because you can manifest your way out of any situation with patience, with fortitude, and just asking. And they're giving the advice or the message: ask and you will receive. And that's kind of it. Is like ask and you will receive. I think some people can overcomplicate manifestation a little bit. But for me, what I've found is ask, and then I feel the energetic shift, and then it shows up, or I'll see signs about what's showing up, and then like it starts to show up. And like, sure, sometimes I have to follow my intuition and my divine guidance on like taking action on things, or follow the signs around me on taking action on things, which works, honestly. But make sure you're putting your desires out there more. Something they're saying. They're also giving the advice of taste life with the Explorer coming out here. Like, I would try new things and see what resonates, see what doesn't, like what leaves a good taste in your mouth, what leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Because you might be surprised about what you're passionate about as you try more new things. And something that you thought were going to resonate won't, is something they're saying. And there's another heart on this card, which goes back to that connect to the heart message. So I wanted to point that out as well. I also get this message like your internal compass is recalibrating. There is advice of honing your intuition, but so what's that about? Because that's interesting. I do get you're learning to go the way that feels right to you. And you're kind of learning what that's like more. But you're starting to shrug off other people's opinions and things that have been holding you back, which is good, is something I'm getting as well. I do get the message third eye awakening. I get that's what's coming, and like more so, honestly, like your third eye will awaken more, which is good. And they're saying this message, like living life intuitively is the best option, is something they're saying as well for you. So, and the ancestors card is popping out here. I would work with your ancestors. With the ancestors card popping out here, I would ask for just like ancestors of the highest light, please say something like, help me in the highest and best ways. And going back to put yourself out there, I think that's what this started with. Take risk is coming out. This card, take risk, with the mountain goat. And the mountain goat analogy on this card is nice because it's like, mountain goat is on a steep ledge and it looks like it could fall to its death at any moment, but it doesn't, because it's got really sure footing. It knows how to navigate the steep slopes, and it's actually very natural for it to handle that risk of being on the side of a mountain. And one thing they're saying is like you're built for the risks that are coming up for you, whether it's like a financial opportunity or a relationship or whatever a risk is to you. If something jumps out to you as like something that's an opportunity, but you're hesitant and that seems risky, if it feels right and it's not like overtly terrifying, I would I would go for it and take that risk. And don't live your life wondering what if. I would like do at least one thing to try to pursue like your goals and dreams in a bigger way and give it a real shot, because otherwise you'll always wonder what if. So they want me to pull a dragon card. I know we're going on for a while. Okay, so if Air and Fire Dragon expands your creative energies, harness your creativity, excitement, enthusiasm, communicate your passion. And I get live your passions with this card. And passions has come up like multiple times as I've started like doing these this readings for you. So like I would not let your passions slip by. I would definitely like pursue your passions and live them out to the best of your ability. Because I feel like that will lead to a blossoming in your life as well. That's it. I hope that helps. I hope that brings any clarity at all. So let's see what else they say that might resonate with your situation, because I don't know if I really hit it. If you feel like you're faced with a choice with the Seven of Cups popping out here, go the way that feels right to you. Go the way that's more aligned with your passions, and don't feel nudged in any like particular direction just because someone says, oh, you should do this. Like I would really sit with it and be like, okay, does that really resonate with what's going on inside me as well? So I hope that helps, Erica Blake. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I hope that helped. Baby Claw, is this who? Asks, shoot, where'd it go? Where'd the question go? I think you kept asking, you were asking if your son would learn to talk. I do get sort of, it's going to be a journey. You're going to have to really stick with that. So I don't want to limit you. It might not be as much as you want, but I feel like you can start to have some communication is honestly what I'm getting. But don't give up. Don't give up is what I'm getting. I would keep trying and stick with it. I hope that helps. Next question. Did I answer Starlight Worker yet? Can I have a general reading, please? Sure. They wanted me to pull the top two cards from the Archangel Oracle card deck. We have Archangel Premenelek, be conscientious, cooperate with others for the highest good. Then we have Archangel Hope, look for the cosmic gift. Remember, you deserve it. I get hope coming in is the first word they're saying. And it seems to be common advice today, but make sure you're shining. I would try to not approach things in a dull mood if you can help it. And it's one thing if like you're in the mood that you're in, like I get that. I'm not saying like try to like stuff it down and suppress it because that's not healthy. But I would do your best to shift out of like dull or dreary moods and kind of be as bright and shiny as you can around other people, because that will bring hope into others' lives. And it does take a certain amount of self-work to get to that point where you can shift to that, is something they're saying as well. So that might be good for you as well. I'm getting butterflies, but they're almost showing me more butterflies in your stomach as opposed to like, because there are butterflies on this card, but they were showing like is butterflies in your stomach. I do get you might have more of that coming in, where you have like butterflies in your stomach or things that make your heart flutter, and things that kind of bring you joy, which would be good. Things that excite you, honestly. It could be love, because they're saying love. Whether you're single or not, it could just be a love that gives you butterflies, or there might be renewed passion in something you're in. So any other messages with this card for you? I get this message of like, if you're conflicted, like go the way that seems brighter, because it probably is something they're saying. Because they're pointing my eyes to the sun card in the doorway, and they said, go the way that seems brighter. Like anything that seems bright in your life, I would go that direction. So if it seems like there's hope, if it seems like there's opportunity, I would move that direction. They are saying, and this has been going around, this is for a lot of people, but the first thing they're saying with Archangel Permanelek is you're evolving. You're not going to be the same person in a year that you are now. And what I've found is when that message comes through, whether for myself or for others, it's very like stark. It's very much like, yep, that was a thing. They do want to give the advice of getting out in nature for you as well. This is very much like a nature kind of card with the butterflies and everything. So what other messages for you regarding this reading? I do get, like, because I know we talked about trying to shift out of any like dull moods. Try not to stuff things down, like anything, like any thoughts, any like ways of being, any patterns. I would literally just like look at it and like let it shift as you look at it, because suppressing it isn't gonna fix it, is something they're saying as well. Pull a dragon card because they want that. Bottom of the deck. Green gold dragon from Sirius brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. I'm weirdly getting rite of passage with this card, which is not usually what this card means, but it's what they're saying. What they're saying is you're going to be going through like a type of rite of passage soon. So what can you do about that? It's like what they're saying to explain that is like you're going to be going through some things where it's like you're going through like a few weird things like out of the blue, out of nowhere, but then on the other side of it, you're better than ever. And it's like, and sometimes that can show up even like if you have a project or a business or something you want to do, like you kind of have to go through like this period of like birthing it and this rite of passage of like putting in the work and like working through some things, but then you get there and it's kind of like you're going through that. But I do get you hold the key to success. He's holding a key. Why are you here? Okay. Anyways, that's what I was getting, is like you're going to be going through a rite of passage like that. I'd also pay attention to crows as a sign. Crows to me, let's see here. It's like almost like as a warning sign. Like if you start to go a certain direction or make a certain choice and you hear like crows cawing or see a crow, that's just a heads up. That's like a warning for you, something they're saying as well. I'm also getting a message of expand your creativity, Starlight Worker. Like I would like take time to be creative, even if that's just doodling on a notebook just to get creative energies flowing. I kind of feel like you need that, and it's also cathartic. It could lead to more release for you. And it's also part of what you're here to do is like be creative. I also get like sage, like more of like an archetype energy, like sage, like wisdom, and like dispensing wisdom. But also potent magic. I'd say your magic is uprising, where you'll be able to manifest better and shift others in a better way is what I'm saying, just through your words and through your actions is something that's coming in as well as what I get. But between that and expanding your creative energies, you're here to be creative, and to create is one thing you're here to do. So the more you're doing that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be just paintings, I would say the more you'll feel on purpose to a certain degree, especially if you're helping others with that creativity. So I hope that helps. And they're giving you this message like you're gonna make it. So hope that resonates and makes sense to you. You're not going to be stuck doing things you don't want to do with the rest of your life, is something they're saying as well. So I hope that helps and makes sense and resonates. Erica Blake, how do you work with ancestors? Yeah, so let's go into that. So for me, honestly, like what I've done is just, and this is going to be pretty much my advice for working with angels or anything else, but just ask. And it sounds really simple. That's because it is. I asked, so pretty much for me, I'd be like, okay, ancestors of the highest light, I'm asking you to help me with this situation, or I'd like to speak with you, or I'd like to receive your guidance. Please help me in the highest and best ways for you to help me. And then they show up, and you'll either start seeing signs regarding them, or sometimes things will just work out. Or if you're someone who channels or talks to your spirit guide, like, you know, I'll talk to my ancestors and like talk to them and receive guidance and talk about things. So honestly, it's just pretty much calling them in like you would call in angels. And you could also you could do that in a letter format. But you could even just meditate and be like, okay, I'm asking to, in the highest and best ways for the highest good, connect with my ancestors of the highest light, and just kind of go into a meditative state and see like what starts to show up for you. Do you get intuitive visuals? Do you get any visions? Do you feel any energies of your ancestors with you? Pay attention to those things and then let it evolve from there. But it's also like, so let's see what they want to say. It's also working with your healing. Like it's calling them in to help you with either like if you're going through anything that's like an ancestral clearing, like that sort of thing, or like something you need to work through. It's like they're kind of here to help us fulfill our purpose and mission is what I'm hearing. So you can kind of call them in and have them help you work on that stuff that way. Hope that makes sense. Lena Stacy asks, why is Jorge back in my life? Guidance, please. The first word I hear is a test. Is a test. I get the words. I believe that's your ex. Is that correct, Alina? I'm getting "don't go back" is what they're saying. Don't go back. It's kind of like this. Like I get this question. Like it's kind of like, oh, have you moved on? I do get "there's better for you" is one thing they're saying. So I hope that helps, Alina Stacy. Okay. Okay, going back to hopefully, okay, there we go. My stomach hurts a little bit. Sorry, guys. Nikki shines so brightly asks, can I have a general reading, please? Yeah. Again, they wanted me to pull the top card from the deck again, and it's the same. So Archangel Hope popping out here, and then we'll see what other they want to go to the tarot next. One thing they're saying for you is pay attention to rainbows, like as a sign, and also as a sign of hope. I get the term like safe passage for you, like Six of Swords and tarot is something they're talking about. So I get the message pretty much on to better. It's almost like changing worlds. Like they're almost showing me it's like a boat with a lantern, and it's almost like you're going from passing from one world to the next. And it's not this, so bear with me, but it reminds me of almost like it's not this, like you're not going to die. It's not the message, but it's almost like the afterlife. It reminds me of like a boat with a lantern and it's going from one world to the next. But it's more of a metaphor for like your physical circumstances, where I do get things are going to start transitioning to like a new world. And I'm also seeing breakthrough for you as well, which is good. That's something that's coming in for you as well. Ooh, these are nice cards. I have like the Empress and the Ten of Pentacles popping out for you as far as tarot cards. Like you're pretty much headed to abundance. And it's okay if they're showing me a path that's like squiggly heading there. They're saying like, it's okay if it's a squiggly path to get there. Because you're gonna get there. Just as long as you keep taking action and moving forward and being methodical with it is something they're showing me as well. You're gonna get there and have abundance. And even like abundance you crave is something they're saying. They're also putting my eyes to the pillows on the Empress card. She's leaning against these pillows and they're giving me the word comfort. I would make sure you're comforting yourself and soothing yourself if you get like triggered or if anything like big comes up like that. Because that's just going to help you move through life more smoothly. Like try not to like stay triggered. If you can help avoid it, I would just be like, okay, what processes will help me work through my triggers? And they're actually showing me EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique. Emofree.com is a good website to learn that for free. But that might be something that helps you work through any triggers that pop up. They're also giving me this message. They're putting my eyes to this Empress's rod, and they're giving me the message, work your magic. And maybe that's like, they're giving me the lyrics, learning to fly. So you might be learning to work your magic. The more you work your magic, the better. And that could be anything from building crystal grids to manifest things to manifesting to pretty much anything that feels magical to you. I would be working with it in whatever ways that feels right to you. So any other messages on that? I also get this message like your inner healing is coming in. Nikki shines so brightly. You might have a bit of an uprising in it. And I kind of see it's like in your gut, interestingly enough, where it's kind of like healing the stomach. And it's interesting because, like, let's see. Like, your gut is a part of your intelligence. There are, I forget I don't know how to phrase this properly, so hopefully they'll give me the words here. But like it's commonly purported, at least recently, that there's like 3 brains, so to speak, with your body. I mean, I do, like your body is entirely, like it is conscious, it's its own being, but like the brain, the heart, and the gut. So there's definitely intelligence in the gut. So I kind of see like, it might not be physical, but like a gut healing is something that might be like coming in where you're kind of, releasing trauma from your gut is something that, as they're saying, which is really interesting. Not a bad thing. I'd say it's good. I would ask for ease and grace, but they're saying ease and grace. So that process might not be as bad as you think. Just hearing me say it right now is something they're saying. I also get, if you don't have love, because 9 of Cups coming in, love will come in for you. You're someone who's not meant to be alone. So there's increased love coming. So if you're in a relationship, I do see increased love. If you're not, I get that it's coming. So that's something they want to say as well. So I hope that anything else that you want to guys, what would be highest and best to bring through for Nikki? Shine so brightly besides that. Common message, I guess, today, but make sure you're not being pulled around by the people around you is something they're saying as well for you. Nikki shines so brightly. So like I would make sure you're really solid and sturdy in yourself and what you want and in like just your knowing of what's best for you, honestly, and like what would be good for you. I feel like that's gonna help you just like traverse life more smoothly in general. So I hope that helps, Nikki. Hope that resonates and makes sense. And okay, next question here. Sylvie asks, will I get my license? I get yes, if when. Like I would be patient because I know from the last time we chatted, I know you've been going through a lot. But it's entirely possible for you to get your license and pass, but be patient with it. It's definitely before you're old, by the way. If you're worried about getting old before you get it. Can I get a specific time frame, please, for Silji? I'd say a couple of years at the latest, honestly, is what I'm getting. If it's not like this or next year, honestly, you can get it soon. I do, but right now it's like it's a bit of a message of patience is what I get. So I hope that helps, Silji. I hope you're doing well. Whew. All right, I need a water break. Okay. Excuse me. Sylvanston asks, should I try to reach out to my former friend again? I get move along is the answer I get regarding that. I'm getting no. Maybe in the future. Now's not the time. And it is Mercury in retrograde, so I know like Mercury in retrograde comes along and sometimes I'll get that urge to reach out to past people. I'm like, oh wait, it's Mercury in retrograde, so I'll typically hold off. But I kind of get there's no reason to, honestly, is what I'm getting. It might not be worthwhile. there's nothing bad that will come of it if you do. It's just I'm kind of getting to move along. So I hope that helps. So then, son. Next question. Esme Salazar. Good to see you, by the way. Why do I feel the need to protect myself at work? I kind of get the message past situations. Like there might have been past situations or energies that you felt like past situations that you kind of felt unsafe in, or like I'm getting the word justify, like you needed to justify yourself in, that like some of that similar energy is like at work a little bit. It's not the same thing and it's not the same situation. It's just like the energy reminds you of it a little bit is what I'm getting. Like I don't feel like you really need to like, of course, be safe and do whatever you need to do to make sure you're good regarding work. But I don't feel like you necessarily need to protect yourself. In some ways, it's a bit of a false worry, but like, do what you feel like you need to do anyways. Trust your gut. What else? And that's kind of it. My guides are like, well, that's kind of it. It's past circumstances that remind you of this that aren't related. So I hope that helps and makes sense. Is she safe? As we safe at work in general? Yeah, I get you're pretty much totally safe at work. So that's what I'm getting. I hope that helps, Esme. I like this question. Erica Blake asked, what are dragons like and what do they look like? Okay, so pretty much any being you work with in the etheric, I mean, my advice will be pretty similar across like angels or ancestors or dragons, because pretty much you can just be like, okay, I have to work with dragons of the highest light here for my and the highest good, only for the highest good. Dragons are really cool, honestly. They tend to be very protective. They give pretty much like when I work with dragons, it's what I'll say, and I don't know if this is the truth, but it's what I've found is like when I work with etheric beings like angels or dragons, or if I'm talking to Ganesha or Source, the advice tends to be pretty much very similar or along the same vein, if not the same, because it's all kind of coming from that like highest perspective, that highest consciousness, that is everything. When I do it, that's what I've found. So in a lot of ways, like dragons have a really awesome energy. The way they present themselves to me in my intuitive visuals, I have gotten a lot of visuals of dragons when I work with them, but either Eastern style, they can be Western style. It pretty much just depends on the dragon and how they want to show up, essentially. But honestly, unconditionally loving, protective, very wise, very potent, very helpful to work with is what I'd say. It's something you kind of have to, in some ways, experience for yourself to really know what I'm talking about. But dragon guides are absolutely super, super cool to work with, and I highly recommend doing that. Okay, next question. I'm just going through Q&A here. Peggy Joes asks, will my girls be okay? They're sick with COVID. Oh, sorry to hear about that. I get they'll be okay. Yeah. Of course, stay with it and take care of them and do what you have to do. I don't see them dying or anything. That's what I get. And again, I'm not a doctor. So make sure you're doing what you can to take care of them. But yeah. It might be a little stressful for a bit, though, is what I'm getting. Amy Lynn. Hey, Brandon, should I try with A again? Thank you. I get no. Would it be nice good for you to try with A? like it won't be the end of the world if you did, Amy Lynn, but I'm getting no. So any other information on that? I get not the best option is what I'm getting. So like I kind of get the message. The words they're giving me explicitly are it's okay if you don't move along, but you should. And I don't mean to shit on you. That's just the words they're giving me to kind of get the message across to you. So I hope that helps and makes sense. You're welcome, Amy Lynn. Okay, Q&A. I'm gonna try and I keep accidentally like closing out TikTok when I scroll through Q&A, so I don't mean to do that. Whew. Liza E328 asks, what do you see for the rest of the year for me? So the first thing they're saying is, this is a year of like, for you, it's like I'm seeing shifts and preparation for 2022. They are showing like an updraft, and they're kind of showing like, and it's a visual they were giving me for some of the energies of like October when I checked in. Like it's almost like you're flying in like you know those flying squirrel suits that people will like skydive in? And they're kind of showing that, and it's almost like an updraft where it's like, they're kind of like energy currents that are forcing you to unfurl and like catch the updraft and kind of get to a better place, honestly. So I get this message like you're going to see a rise in your experience. And what does that mean? Like better, honestly. And there might be a few things that fall away that you were hoping would stay, but ultimately like in a year you will be like, oh, I'm glad those things left. Like certain people, certain like things that were around is what I'm getting. What else is coming through for you for the rest of the year? I actually get a big shift for you. Like I kind of see like, it's not like a tower moment, but the way they're showing it to me is like a major realization that it almost like changes how you operate is something I'm seeing as well, where you're just going to be like going about life a little bit differently. I'm getting the word like kinder, not that you're not kind, but kinder, like more like, not that you're not with it, but more with it, just more like, more haste is something I get as well, where like you might feel more of a sense of urgency with like living your life by the end of the year, or like getting certain things done, or experiencing what you came here to experience is something I'm getting. I'm going to pull a card. So let's see, we have October, November, and December. I'm going to pull a card for each month here. It's the card for October, November. Hold on, I'm getting my tarot. I need to shuffle my deck here. Okay, so let's see, putting these together. We have Justice for October, the Lovers for November, Two of Swords for December. I kind of get this message as well. Like you might feel like you're coming out of clarity, but then back into clarity in 2022. It's like you think you're going the right way, and then you're not sure, and then it's like the right way really presents itself to you. Like in January is something I'm getting as well. We're just like, okay, this. So I would keep any confusion is going to be temporary. If you feel like you're in any like battles, I feel like you'll be victorious. Honestly, like the Five of Swords popping out here as well. Let's see. I also see more love options coming in, like these next 3 months. I don't know if it'll be anyone you want to be with, but more love options is what they're saying. And just make sure you're choosing what feels right in your gut, honestly, is what I'd say. I am getting death of the old as well, which is kind of what we were talking about with like the big realization and kind of like the updraft stuff. So the death card popping out here. I kind of get like new year, new you coming in December, where you're just kind of like going about things in a different way. So, and also like, especially with Mercury in retrograde, try not to take back all the old with the world coming around. With the world is usually about things coming around, or it can be about that. And they're just saying like, try not to take back all of the old that comes back around. And this is a bit further out in the future, but you'll be sitting pretty by the end of next year with the King of Pentacles popping out here. So that's what I get for you. Hope that helps. HRH Princess Kitty. I like the username. Can I have a love reading, please? Yeah. So they wanted me to pull the top 2 dragon cards here. So that's interesting. Golden Christ, a dragon, brings you higher love so that you embody the Christ lights. And so let me sit with this for a second because these aren't like love cards. Here's what I'm getting. You're learning what's setting you alight in love. Like you're kind of like learning what makes your heart go thump thump. And you're learning to call that in more. So here's what I'm getting. The more you're learning who you are and being who you are, the more what's for you is going to come in quite naturally. This isn't necessarily love related, and I'll get right back to that, but they're talking about working with crystal healing. If you work with crystals, I would keep working with crystals, but I feel like building a crystal grid to manifest love might be a good idea, as well as just working with crystals to like shed any old patterns that might be like preventing the best love from coming in for you. Something they're saying as well as some advice for you. I'm gonna pull some tarot cards as well. You definitely, with the Page of Pentacles coming in, I get you do have an offer coming in, and with what I was exactly just talking about, the Magician coming out here, which is manifesting. I'm getting the words manifest love. Like I think I get you are manifesting it. And here's what's coming. You're gonna get an offer, but it's not gonna be what you want. It might be someone that you're not quite as interested in, is what I get. I would hold off on offers from people that you're not sure about. Like I would be more like, I'm sure I want to date this person before like you go into like any type of serious relationship with them or anything like more long term. Like you do have options coming, and also giving like the Hermit popping out here. Like you're not going to be in this phase, like any type of hermit phase or alone phase forever. Especially as you're manifesting what you want and being more you, and that sort of energetically starts to attract in what's for you. Honestly, right now with Four of Swords coming out, I kind of get like take a rest. I would step back and see if they give more specific messages about your situation and like what's coming in. Like right now, what they're showing me is your love life is evolving because you are shifting. So it's like, well, a lot of the options you would have gone for, you won't go for anymore. But you're not at the place yet where the options you want are like presenting themselves fully. So that can be a little bit frustrating. I do get next year, honestly, is promising for love as far as like what's coming in for you. So I'd say like next year, I'd say like you're going to be more like sitting prettier, completed in any shifts you've done, and then love will kind of... I do see autumn as an important phase for love as well. It could even be this autumn where you're kind of like sorting through some of your beliefs about love as well. But I see next year more as like long-term prospects showing up for you. Hope that helps. Okay. Okay. Erica, Reiki healer, asked career guidance, please. Did I answer this already? If I didn't already, or if I did, I'm going to expand on it more. What they're saying is expand your offering, Erica, Reiki healer. Excuse me. I would try to expand beyond just one thing or one offering, and I am seeing Reiki healer in your name, so excuse me, I'm just belching and releasing. Like I get like, especially if you're doing like your own thing with like the Reiki healing and with like business, I would offer as much as you can and not just one thing, because you can do it all is something they're saying. So make sure you're not stuck on trying to do just one thing or do things in just one way. But I would be like, what's everything I can provide that I feel comfortable providing right now? I do see that you're going to have a shift in your career when? Like next couple months is what they're saying. And one, I feel like you'll feel more like solid in a direction, and two, you're just going to have more income coming in as well, which is good. You are headed in the right direction. So I hope this helps. If you're still here watching this, hope that helps. I'll figure that out. So I got a new phone. I apologize. I got a new phone, and I keep doing this thing where I'm scrolling through the Q&A, and I just close out the app. So if it keeps cutting out, I'm sorry about that. Okay. MZ Kid Tempo. Will I pass my test? I get yes, but make sure you're studying and doing putting the effort in to make sure that stays a yes. Pretty much that's what I get. Mine does that also, yeah. Okay. Oof. Extra Small Popsicle asks, why am I having issues ending my relationship? In essence, it might not be time yet. You are supposed to end it, I'm getting, but it's like, it's weird. Like the visual they're showing me is it's like you, and then it's like you feel ready to end it, but then you feel shattered in a weird way. And I get this message like there's a lot that has to end just besides just the relationship for it to end, and that might be part of it as well. And that might be physical circumstances. That could also just be like mental and emotional things that need to be cut loose as well. You will end up ending it, but I would be patient with yourself and with the process, because sometimes it takes a bit more to extricate yourself from a situation than you think it will. Like you think it'll just be cut and dry, and then it's like, oh, but there's this thing and this thing I need to unplug, and this attachment I need to work through. So that's something they're showing me as well. So any advice for you? Like I wouldn't necessarily, if you just can't end it, like that's one thing. If you can avoid delaying it, I would. But I'm gonna pull a card as well, see what comes through for you. Okay. Self-love coming in with the peacock spirit animal. This makes sense. So make sure you're loving yourself to the point where you can look at, is this healthy for me? And then walk the other way if it's not. And be confident you can find other relationships if that one doesn't work out, is something they're saying as well. Because you will have love beyond the relationship that you're working to end. Like, definitely. They're giving me a definitely. And like maybe you feel like you're not ready to end it, and that's okay. But I'd look at, like, I would get curious as to why am I not ready to end this, and like what am I still getting from this. And sometimes you kind of have to do a weird like opportunity cost assessment where you're like, okay, what am I getting out of staying in my current situation? Because sometimes even things that like look like they suck and you want out of, there's some type of subconscious thing you're getting out of it that you need to kind of look at and examine so that it shifts. And then things will be easier to, or at least you'll have more of like okay, I see that now. Now I know I can step away, even though this is still playing out. So that's something they're sharing as well as something to look at regarding the situation. But I would even set an intention to like reclaim your power and just make the choices that are best for you. I hope that makes sense and resonates. But you won't keep having issues with that, is what I'm getting. Oof, okay. So, 12, 12. Will I pass my vocal audition? I have auditioned. I get yes. I haven't said this yet, but sometimes I'm curious about like things that are gonna play out a certain way. I am always curious why. I'm not trying to call you down or say this is bad, but I mean no offense by this at all. But I'm almost might start gravitating away from answering. Maybe I won't, depending on what they tell me to answer. I'll just answer what I'm guided to answer. But I'm very curious as to why people ask things they're about to find out in the future anyways on these lives. And that's the only... Sometimes I kind of wonder what the point is, because you're about to find out anyways once it happens. But I don't know. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that in the best way possible. But sometimes I get a little bit like, sometimes I'm guided away from answering those types of questions. Not always, but that's just something I want to say. Hello from Colorado. Hello. The point is to feel good. I understand that, but I'm not here to necessarily make people feel good. I'm here to bring through the truth to the best of my ability, based on what I'm getting. And I always hope that it's healing and helps you feel good and uplifts you. Like, that's always part of the intention, but I don't know. It's not a big deal. I probably shouldn't have even mentioned it. But I wish you the best with your audition, of course, absolutely. Stuff. Is my ex Sammy still stalking me? It's light if he is, honestly. It's not anything intense based on what I'm getting. Love you too. 12, you know you don't. You're welcome. Okay. Kimiku, is my health in danger? I'm getting no. Love, family, I guess. No, but if you feel like it is, you should probably get it checked. Love, I get it's not the right time, but that it's coming. One thing they're saying is like you have to be very solid in yourself before love shows up. That's the advice they're giving for you, is solid in who you are, solid in what you want, solid in where you're going, and that will help. But it is coming. It's one thing they're saying. Let's see what message would be highest and best for you, because that's a lot of different topics to cover. You are going the right way, is what they're saying first and foremost. Like this, for some reason, this message wants to keep coming through for people. So maybe everyone needs to hear this today, but be careful of people who are pulling you in a direction that's not best for you. I would definitely go with your heart and what fills you up and what would be fulfilling over what someone says is the logical choice necessarily. And sometimes you have to work with a bit of both, like, okay, logically what makes sense right now, but what it also is my heart saying, and how can I bridge the gap between like what's logical and will provide for me now, as long as go where my heart's wants me to go, excuse me. I do kind of see your family as shifting, just like the dynamics are kind of in flux almost constantly, is something they're saying about that. I kind of see a healing coming in for your family though, because they're saying overall there will be a healing for your family. That's a good thing. Your gifts, I get clairvoyance is the first thing they're saying, and like meant to see. So if you want to work with that, I would definitely like do visual practices, guided meditations. It might be something that helps you tune in with that as well. Even like they're showing me like tapping your third eye to help awaken it and open it. Not normally what I gravitate towards, but if they bring through a message, they bring through a message. Your gifts are meant to expand, by the way. You're definitely energy sensitive, clairsentient, empath for sure. You can definitely channel as well, is something they're saying, Kimikyu. They give me the words meant to channel, so that might be something you find yourself gravitating towards, is channeling and working with that stuff to help others, or even just in your personal life. And you could start with automatic writing is a good way to start with that. And so money, they're giving me like give yourself a few years, honestly, just to kind of like build. They're talking about side hustle, honestly, like something on the side or a business you're building to bring in more money. But if you give yourself a couple of years to kind of build yourself and your experiences and like what you want to build, that is going to improve. And in general, it's going to improve is what they're saying as well. But they're saying give it a couple of years. So that's what I'm getting for you. I hope that helps, Kimiko. Laura MC, will I move house soon? I get yes, soon enough. I get within the year, like 12 months, within 12 months. You're not supposed to stay where you're at, is what they're saying. So I hope that helps you. Okay, Summer Lay asks, what do I need to hear? Let's see what you need to hear. The first thing they want to say for you as well is you're on the right track, so that's good. So the card that's coming through is Black Dragon from Saturn, brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Concentrate, focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself, you have passed a test. I get overcoming obstacles with this card, and there Ganesha is coming forward. I'm kind of getting Ganesha wants to work with you, and that makes sense because Ganesha is about overcoming obstacles. He's about success, moving things out of the way that are in your way. So I would actually work with Ganesha if you haven't been, do the Ganesha mantra, or just maybe get a little statue. Whatever resonates for you is how you can start working with Ganesh. Get a little statue and set the intention that he helps you in the highest and best ways for him to help you. But overall, the message I get is overcoming. I do get for you, there might be some things coming up in your path that might be a bit daunting or intimidating. The more you're prepared to take that on, the better. The more, especially working with Ganesha would be something you're doing to prepare for overcoming obstacles and adding ease. So anything else for you about that? Because I find that as an interesting message. One thing they're talking about too is removing inner blocks. That's another thing Ganesha would help you work with. It's just kind of anything internally that's been holding you back, any fears, any doubts, those are things you could do away with as well. So I kind of see this tandem. The visuals I'm getting are really interesting, but it's this tandem thing where it's the obstacles outside and within you are being removed. I also get this message you're coming into your own, or you will be soon, where you're going to be less reliant on others is something they're talking about. And that's financially, that's in almost always is something they're saying, which is if you feel like you're reliant on others at all, then that's something's coming in where you're not going to be in a good way. I also get you're being purified, just some of your experiences, some of the things that are falling away with Archangel Gabriel's dragon brings purification. Self-discipline will speed ascension, bring joy. And you know what? That's 2 cards about discipline, by the way. We have Black Dragon from Saturn, brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline, and Archangel Gabriel's dragon brings purification, but self-discipline will speed ascension and joy. That might be something you look at incorporating as a type of self-discipline, just in your practices, in your day-to-day, especially as pertains to your goals. I'd be asking yourself okay, what can I do every day to move closer to my goals, is something they're talking about. Maybe one day it's just setting the intentions and vision and manifesting and looking at what can I do, and then the next day it's okay, now I'm going to write this X amount of pages for my book, and the next I'm going to write X amount of pages every day, or it's what can you do every day that gets you closer to where you want to go, whatever that is. I do see that's going to help. Of course that's going to help with progress, but sometimes that's the way to go to get somewhere, instead of sitting around waiting. Not saying you're sitting around waiting, but that's the words they're giving me. Any other messages for you? I also get this message you're meant to be great. Summerlay book, I need to finish it. Yep. I would definitely finish that book. Water, thanks, getting tips and nails. I will get some water going here. What were they saying? I forgot what they were saying. Hold on. What did you guys say? Okay, you're gonna be, so what was it, meant to be great, or you're gonna be great? It's kind of greatness calls is the message. So I would heed that call and be okay, and you're enough as you are. You might have to shift, you might have to get rid of some beliefs, you might have to work through some obstacles, but that doesn't mean you aren't worthy of greatness as you are. And that's for any of you listening, of course. And love yourself through the process as well, with Rose Pink Dragon popping out here. They said love yourself when this card popped out. So I hope that helps and makes sense. I do feel like you're meant to do some like great things, but I would be patient with yourself and start to hone in on your focus on like, what can I do today to get closer, and the next day, what can I do today to get closer, and just ask yourself that, and see if anything intuitively comes to you, or maybe it'll just be very obvious and you'll do that. So I hope that helps and makes sense. Okay. You're welcome, Summerlay. I'm glad that helped. And I hope you get the highest and best for you to get rewriting my book too. If you said you're reading my book, awesome. So I'm so sorry, guys. My guys are saying I need to end the live, and they're becoming emphatic about it because they're being repetitive and just saying you need to end the live. So I'm gonna end the live here. It was good to hang out with you guys. I hope you guys got some good things from it, and just heard what you needed to hear. As always, I'm asking that the highest and best comes about for all of you who participated and showed up today, for sure. Hope you feel better. Thank you. Yeah, my stomach's feeling a little bit weird. You're welcome, guys. So again, like if I do have personal readings available through the link in my bio if you feel called to that. If not, I'll see you around here. Thanks, Emotional Ascension. You're welcome, guys. I appreciate you guys. May the universe bless you guys in the highest and best ways for you to be blessed. And hopefully I'll see you next week. I'll be live Sunday. I'm doing like just a hangout. It's super casual. It's not like readings like this. It's just hanging out tomorrow live on TikTok. And then also I'm doing a guided meditation on Friday, which will be interesting. So I'll see you guys another time. Oh, thanks, Destiny. Yeah, no obligation. What time? I think it's on the, if you go to my TikTok bio, it's there on the like scheduled lives. I think it's 7 p.m., but I can't remember. But that's Central Time. So 7 p.m. North American Central Time. I think it might be 6 p.m., but it's one of those times. Thank you, Erica Blake. But no obligation, guys. It's really casual. Just chill, just hang out, just chatting about stuff. Not quite like this, but guys, I will leave you there. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day and week, and I'll see you again some other time. Oh, thanks, teacher. I appreciate that. Again, I'm gonna end out here, and I hope you guys have a beautiful week. But thanks so much.